Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Let's take a look at where I left things off, and then I'll get into my boring, reflective monologue to go back to some of the core reasons as to why I started recording and uploading these videos in the first place. So let's see. In this episode, let's see, we did build the new smelter area. We have built load and unload stations, we have built outposts, and we still have just a little bit of rail lines to do. The uranium mining I have separately. New sources of rocket fuel still need to do that. I believe we have enough steam storage, so I'm going to delete that. Still haven't taken a look at the mod list of interest. There's still two mods here, the personal logistic network filter and the auto color trains, which I'm not even sure if it exists, but I think there is one. There is something like this somewhere. All right. So with that out of the way, let's close that and come and take a look at the map. I am busily trying to clear this area out. I do want to build some stuff down here. The steam looks good. I remember fixing this, I think in episode 30. By fixing, I mean making it work better. Not all these are completely full, but let's see. If I go to this, I can click on it. 99%. Currently at 100. Plenty of spare power. Okay. These are working quite nicely. I like this. This means the solid fuel will get used as fast as possible. Nothing is backing up anymore. Except the Pyroflex, because I'm currently not using it for anything. I'm probably going to use this to turn it into rocket fuel. Which maybe I can build here. Maybe it's worth putting some speed modules in here just so they mine that little bit quicker. Okay. And everything else seems to be working. Finally making low density structures. We're getting real close to being able to go back into space. After many, many, many hours. So. Also pollution wise. I did clear some nests over here. I have noticed I am starting to be attacked up here. Kinda is what it is. Look at that guy there. Nice. Look at that. And this is unloading over here. Still empty. A little unfortunate, but it is what it is. So petrol is what I am lacking right now. Pretty much working as intended. Which means there's no light fuel being put on the bus, hence why there's none backed up here. Okay. I guess the next step would be get uranium mining, try and get a nuclear power plant up and running while we wait for the cargo rocket to get up. So rocket fuel and uranium mining, I think, are the next two steps, and then I'm probably going to have to take some time to reevaluate what I want to do. And while that's occurring, the coronal mass ejection, or the sun laser, is going to hit the planet, and I should be ready for it. It'll be fun. We'll see if I calculated this enough. This, I think I have about 2.2, plus with the other power that I've generated, or that I can generate with the steam and solar, I should be good. We'll see. I only like to calculate it sort of, kind of, maybe. I don't like going too deep into calculations. Why did those lose power? All right, well, let's go fix that. I'll fix this real quick, and then we will go into... There we go. Nope, I just use this. Excellent. Okay. Reflection time. So I kind of feel like I need to work on enunciating my speech a bit more. And then the the more recent episodes have had heavy editing. By heavy, I just mean having a lot of content cut. If anyone has any opinions on the editing specifically, if they like the more cut content so things happen faster, like you'll see me start something and then maybe see me show a spot where I think I messed up and I need to redo it, and then you'll see the end where I've completed it and then I move on to the next task. That's kind of what I'm going for with my editing decisions. Another thing is, just from a Factorio perspective, I do feel like the last 10 to 15 hours, last 16 hours, I felt really slow and sluggish and monotonous for me. It feels like I'm kind of doing the same thing. Like it's difficult. Like I feel like I haven't progressed in the game at all because I've been having to deal with a whole bunch of other things, like redesigning the smelters, adding the train network, redoing the main bus, constantly having to deal with the deep core mining. The deep core mining, if I could do it over again, I wouldn't do it. I don't think it provides enough resources for me at the moment, and it was a big pain, or not a big pain, it was a big learning experience on how to manage an infinite source that outputs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different resources, and none of them can back up. They all need to go, and they all need to go in a priority and be used faster than they're created, or else the whole thing will stop. And that was an interesting challenge. I think I finally got it now, but I think I jumped the gun a little bit with it, unfortunately. Also, I would just have these, half the steel, half the copper, half the iron. The stone setup is how it is designed. And then to save, things on belt, potentially merge all of them onto a half belt and then do what I did down here and unsplit it. Like right here with the stone and stone bricks. Could have done that with the glass, could have done it with the iron and the copper and the coal, or however many resources I can to use a half belt. And that would have saved the amount of width and belts that I had to use to transport all of these materials, because I can see they're very empty belts. All of these could have been a half belt, I think, and then be split apart where they needed to be split apart and then used as a priority. Something to consider for the future. But hopefully learning how to balance 7 resources will help me down the line. I think things get a lot more complex in space with like the scrap metal and stuff. So, maybe it's a lesson learned. Let's see. What else? I hope to be more entertaining. I don't know. My goal is to kind of be, entertaining while I'm going over this, to capture your attention, at least partially for the interesting bits. I don't expect every episode to be entertaining, and I think 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and this episode, which I believe is going to be 31, have all been kind of monotonous. So I understand if you skip them all or skip large portions and stuff like that. Yeah, basically. I understand. My feelings aren't hurt at all. I do want to play other games, and I think at some point I will just start uploading other games. This is the series that I'm going to continue to try and upload every day. I say try because in the last couple days I haven't uploaded every day, and that's just because I've had like 12-hour, 14-hour work days, and I just haven't had the energy to edit videos. Haven't had the energy to even record and open up the game. When I get home, I'm just going to bed, and that kind of is the way it is. So it'll be as often as possible. But if I play another game, it will definitely be like infrequently. It'll be and I mean play it and upload it. It'll be infrequently, and I hope to do that because there are other things that I think are very exciting that I want to play. Frostpunk 2 is coming out in July. The Factorio update. I'd like to beat this scenario mod before the Factorio 2.0 update. Helldivers is another game that I want to play that I'm looking forward to. So hopefully you can expect more things, more variety down the line, which is what I want to do. I know probably a lot of you watching are specific to Factorio. No, the game isn't going anywhere. And if all you want to watch is the Factorio, then just watch the Factorio. You don't need to watch anything else. All right. So, with all that out of the way, let's think about what I need to do. Let's go get some speed modules and try and mine out some of these things. Suppose, for starters, get rid of this copper and these resources down here and free the space up, because as you can see, I'm building the railroad. So what I will do is I will work on that. Now I'll get that moved out of the way, these resources out of the way as much as possible, and then I'll break this down and start working on the rocket fuel. Wow, it would be that's right. I need to manually insert these. Would it just be easier to create it probably would be easier to just create a little station to input, or alright, this is going to be another piece that I add here to all the others. Let's copy it like this. Yeah, I could have the bots do it, I guess. I could, mark it for deconstruction, and then they'd bring it all over here. An interesting idea, actually. Why don't I try that? And because I don't have to do this by myself, so what I can do is just set this back to, and I can just deconstruct all these. Turn off my robots, because I don't want that stuff. Now I need to do the same thing for the coal. Alright, that looks good. And these robots are gonna get used pretty hard. Get stressed. Yeah, still 0 out of 1,000. Means I'm gonna want more here. It should be bringing it here, because this is... Well, that's been a mistake for a while. That said a burner inserter for anyone who didn't catch that. So much has just been explained, okay, in regards to the mystery as to why that's been there for a while. Clean this up, which is what I said I'd do. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. What happens when you don't build things perfectly the first time. Okay. Let's open this up. Right. Rocket fuel. I think it's time for some rocket fuel. I think I want to build it up here. And then I just might belt it down to a station and have the uranium and the rocket fuel over here. Let's take a look here. So if I do one, there's two recipes that I want to look at. One is this and one is this. This makes, oh, that's 60 pyroflex. That's going to go by super quick. I'm going to use all my pyroflex. Do I even want to use it to make rocket fuel? It'll be a quick burst and then like pretty much nothing. The other is a lot more sustainable. Right. So if I have 100, I'm making 0.2. Or is this is making 1. So that's like equivalent to this guy, right? Yep. Let's see what else Pyroflex is used in. I open up the little recipe book here. Right, Pyroflex. This is... Let's just click it. Okay. Interesting. So Pyroflex can be used for steam generation. Can be used in glass. It's a product for fragment processing and vulcanite. So on the vulcanite planet, I can set up Pyroflex for my fuel processing. Vulcanite processing and core mining. So it's a pretty... These are the only two ways to get it. Okay. Whoa, 24 ore and 10 pyroflex equal molten iron. How much pyroflex am I getting from the deep core mining here? Say these are working right now. 4 a second. Every minute I'm getting 260. I get 260 a minute. Can this can power a lot actually, because this is only using 10 every 60 seconds. So, what is molten iron used for? So now we need to look at molten iron. Let's just start with molten. Am I spelling that wrong? Yep. Molten iron. Iron ingots. 250 molten iron. It makes 1 iron ingot. $250. So, like 3.8. Not quite 4. Let's just round it up to 4 and say it's 4 every 60 seconds. Good iron ingot. 4 every 60 seconds. And then the iron ingot can be made into iron plates. At 1 iron ingot to 10 iron plates. So if I'm making 4 every 60 seconds, that means every iron ingot can make, or every 1,000 molten can make 40 iron plates. Not taking into account crafting times, which can be adjusted, but 4 iron ingots is 40 iron plates. So I'm just going to turn it into the fuel. Kind of like how I wanted it to be. And I'm just going to place it right here. So let's see. also needs coal. That shouldn't be hard to get. I can suck it out of here. Or I could pump it over. Would be better. I do have space over here. This would come down. I would need to pump it out. Actually, that's probably a better spot over here. Using 60 a second. I would say, and then how much coal? I totally forgot to look at that. 2. This would be fine. Just 2 machines will give me all the rocket fuel I need. I'll burn through that pyroflux way faster. So let's just move these out of the way. Down to like this. And do that just for funsies. Let's get pyroflux over here. Works. Make this 400 rocket fuel. And then the rest of this, I guess I could put into a train station or something. Regardless, that will now consume the pyroflux. Fantastic. Now let's work on the uranium mining. I'll probably bring uranium actually up right here. This. And that can change. Something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still plenty of room. Let's try flipped. That works. With some small edits. Just that one's short. And then what I can do actually is remove this last one because there's no way I'm gonna need a 3-stacker. Let's lay out the rail and then build the station. One, two, three, four, five. I'm gonna build it as a 5-station rail, but it's gonna be only train, wagon, fluid wagon. So it's only gonna be 4 out of the 5. Sulfuric acid here. There. Okay, if I wanted it to come through, I could do something like that. Good. So I could get another station in here if I wanted. Let's set up... Get sulfuric acid. I can move this. No, let's just come straight over. So we'll write it along here. And now let's put one of these guys down. Is that... Oh, that is perfectly fine. Go something like this. And then do something like that. That works. Okay, and then this guy can hit... No, so that's going to be it. Maybe that one can go back to being a... Go back to being a rail signal. Okay. That can fit. And... Go right there like that. Delete that one. And the rest of them are fine. I think after this one, I'm going to have a little roundabout. But I'm going to build that later. Let's go find the uranium patch that I built a long time ago. Here it is. And I have it facing this way. Let's just find a nice place since I've got the space. Or something like this. Why don't I build a new station? And by having it here... Come on. Doo-doot. That doesn't need to be there like that. Copy this over. Flip it. Now I can match this. Delete that. Now I just need to copy a slow loading station. This will be fine. Just these two. So, something like this. And turn on my bots. Like so. That looks done-ish. Let's put this... Add this station to an unload... No. Load until full. And then we'll set it on automatic. Let's try using this. Usually I just do like a simple wait timer, but this seems more efficient. I want at least 10,000. And I might need to reverse the symbols here. 4,000? And we'll try inactivity of 5 seconds. That should be fine. Actually, that might be the wrong way. Let's do time passed. That works. Oh, the pump doesn't have power. Okay. Do that then. Okay, now it's going. Gonna start pumping. Now it's back to ore, and it's still staying. In 2 minutes, I can get 1,000. And it leaves once it gets 10,000 fuel. Excellent. I like this. This is good. I think this is a better spot to have it flow down. Okay. Let's build the refining area for the uranium ore. And for the refining area, I am going to need the thingamabobbers, the chingaderas, the centrifuges. Now, the way I want to do this, we're going to do something fun like this. And unfortunately, I am going to have to move that water line at some point. Technically, this already exists with these two splitters right here. It's going to be fun. This is going to be a fun design. They can be slow inserters. Wow. Do I want steel chests in the first row or the second row? guess it doesn't really matter. Because I can make the circuit conditions be however I want. Now, do green. I'm starting to like green more and more. So these can fill up totally. Have a condition that says both 2000. And you only output if there's more than 1000. What would that do? This is full, so it's pulling, dumps at 2000. This doesn't. So this won't pull all of it off, all of it out. So there'll still be some in storage. And then the 2000 stops it from getting overly full. In case I need to like dump a bunch of it in here somewhere. Great, I think I like that idea. So we'll do that for all of them. All right. Uranium is up and running. I'm quite happy about this. And we're 15 minutes away from our coronal mass ejection. So before I forget, I'm going to patch the solar back to our grid so we have an extra 50 megawatts. And let's see if there's anything else I can... The moment is pretty much here. Oh man. Do I just keep recording and do this at the end of the episode? No, it'll be at the start of the next one. So when A is 20%, this will engage. I am going to do a save right now, though. So an A. All right. This is all disconnected. Oop. There we go. There will be some initial water to burn. That'll still get transferred back into steam. Not back into steam. Some water that will need to be burned into steam inefficiently. But hopefully it doesn't ramp up right away. So this is A99. So as soon as this gets used... Okay. How much power flux have I used? Maybe 1,000? Great. Now, in the next episode, I'm definitely going to have to figure out a way to get this solid fuel over to the rocket. Probably belt it, because I haven't unlocked the logistics network yet. And then I think it'll be time to pretty much be ready to go back to space. Oh, yeah, I'm going to want to build these as well. These assembling machine Mark IIIs. So stay tuned for next time. And watch my base burn if I miscalculated. Bye-bye.